Hey guys, what's up? I want to show you people how this book that I got by this dude, Chris Achilleos. So like, this is his book, right? And that's the cover of it. This is the older book that he has, and I'll show you some of the pictures that are in here. He's pretty cool. You see, this is kind of like a lot of the stuff he does with the main character in the focus and like things around them. This book is just, I think this is a little bit older. I'm not sure when this was published. Yep, it says right here 1978. So this was actually, this book is from Paper Tiger, and this was 1978. I don't know how I have this book. I didn't buy it back then. I bought it recently, maybe a few years back, and it's a beautiful, beautiful book. So let me just show you some of the pictures in here. It's got some of the story of him, and he's got some great, great, great pictures. Just awesome, awesome stuff. I'll show you one of these. We got like a barbarian dude. You know, it's really cool. We got like a woman like doing a magic thing, ritual. It's pretty cool. And just a lot of these basic things with like main character and then things around the character that tell the story. It's just gorgeous. This is, I mean, he was doing it back then. He's still doing art now. I met him a few years back at a show called LuxCon, and LuxCon is just a show, it's a convention. Whether you love this kind of art or you make this kind of art, you can exhibit or you can just attend. It's like a 4-day thing, or there's a weekend also thing. You can just come for one day and just check out the best artwork. It's just beautiful, beautiful artwork. It's all fantasies, all stuff like this. Just gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. And Chris Achilleos is there, and a lot of the other artists that I've reviewed were there, and then you could talk to them and, you know, just talk about art. You can even show them your art, and they'll just like give you feedback and stuff, like really, really valuable feedback from that. And then you can see like we have a sort of like this kind of thing where it's a girl, and she's got a sword, right? And there's more of them, and for a while, like, that's kind of what he does. He kind of like does these things where it's, you know, girls, and then all of a sudden they have all kinds of like dressed different, and they've got like different like accessories and stuff. More cool stuff there. Beautiful, beautiful art, like awesome, awesome stuff. And he even did like he did like books and stuff. Everything, did King Kong, whatever, in this. And then this came out, and this is the more recent one. I think this is the second book he has out, and this one's called Amazonia. And I think it's more of like, because like some of the girls that he makes are sort of Amazonian. You know, you could kind of see like a Norse girl, and he does other things. He does like barbarian women, he does barbarian men, he does science fiction. You guys must have seen this. If you've seen this, let me know. And if you haven't seen this, this is the cover of the best movie of all time, the best animated, my favorite animated movie of all time, Heavy Metal. This is the cover of it. He did the cover of it, and I think that is like the greatest achievement of fantasy art, in my opinion. It's like the highest thing you can do is be the person who did the cover for the movie poster of that animated movie, which was just amazing, and this dude freaking did it. You know, I told him that I liked that picture, and he kind of had the print there, and he was like, hey, yeah, I got the print here, I got these other prints and stuff. He was selling a bunch of prints. I only saw him one time. A lot of people that go to LuxCon, they come year after year. This guy was just there once, But it was totally worth it. Just like, I mean, really, really meeting like a master, beautiful master. I did see a oh man, and now like you can see his art evolves. I love it. I love how his art like evolves into other things, because like even if you try to draw the same thing, like it's not that you try to draw the same thing, it's that you go to that thing and it has a progression, and every time you do draw it, it gets better like the second time you do it, or like sort of technically better. It can get like better, or it can fluctuate, but after a while it does improve most of the time. And also it brings you to another, like, wow, it brings you to another place where you kind of like, your mind opens more about what you draw, and it just comes out, it just like develops on its own basically. Not for everyone, but like it depends. I mean, everyone's different in how it works, but it does work that way sometimes. So, and yeah, just beautifully painted stuff. So I'm just gonna go through some of the, and then we got like a girl with like a samurai sword, you know, and you got a girl like like a Central American girl, like from like an Aztec, sort of like Mayan kind of culture, with like a big cat. That's cool. Cats are cool. You know. And then this area here, this is the fantasy area, and you know, just cool shit like a snake. Yeah. And this was done. This one was done in 1998. So I don't know when this book came out, but it would definitely have to have come out after that. And now, I mean, and then he draws, of course, knights. Cool, like, you know, sort of like, you know, classical looking knight in there. And then you also have like the pencil drawing of that knight, and I love it when they put the pencil drawing next to the finished piece, because it starts with the pencil and it ends with the colors, and it's always cool to see like the pencil drawing is just as beautiful as the full color drawing. It's just different. It's just the beginning, and the color drawing does take on its own, you know, feel. And of course, just gonna show you some more of these. And of course now you got like more of like a modern thing, girls in like, you know, leather. It's like more of like a modern thing. You know, you got like, you know, like more girls in leather. So that's kind of cool. You got to put that in there. And then you got this girl with wings. Now that's freaking cool now. That is totally cool. I don't know if he created the character of Tarna, the main character of the cover of that of the movie I was talking about, Heavy Metal, or he just painted the character. But I think he just painted it. It does talk about Tarna. It talks about the character. I think that's his most well-known print. He was being interviewed one time. I don't know if it was recently. And they asked him, they said, where do you come up with the, you know, how do you get inspired for your art? Where do you come up with the inspiration for your art, you know? And he's like, well, you know, that he said he's like, art is his job, and whatever they tell him to draw, he draws, and it has nothing to do with inspiration. But I don't believe that. Like, I don't know anyone like that. I mean, maybe that's him, and maybe he's cool with that, and he likes that, but I don't believe that, because I don't know any other artist who will say that. In fact, like, most artists just have a hard time drawing without inspiration. Even if they're drawing for other people or whatever it is, it's still very, very hard to draw something without inspiration, because it starts with inspiration, or inspiration comes in somewhere. Just to say that, like, that's your job. I mean, like, even people that make burgers are freaking inspired by something to make those. I mean, whatever their job is.